lighter than they have been in the last few days. Now, what we have is high pressure in charge of the weather in the south. We've got a weak weather front crossing Scotland at the moment, producing thicker cloud and patchy rain. And then later on, we've got this set of weather fronts coming our way. So if we start with the weather front in Scotland, it's taking its cloud and patchy rain off into the Northern Isles, eventually clearing. A lot of dry weather, for a bit of sunshine around. But as our weather fronts approach from the Atlantic, the cloud's going to build across Northern Ireland, Western Scotland, Northwest England, Wales, into the southwest, where we've got low cloud this morning. And what you'll find is it might be thick enough for the odd spot of light rain here and there. It's later we see more rain coming in across Northern Ireland and the Outer Hebrides. Here too, the breeze will pick up. Now, temperatures today, 15 to about 23 degrees. Into this evening and overnight, we start off with some dry weather, some sunshine in the evening. But then as it gets dark, we've got the rain coming in from the Atlantic, pushing steadily eastwards and southwards, clearing Northern Ireland and Western Scotland by the end of the night. Gusty winds around this rain band as well. Ahead of it, still largely dry in the far southeast and not as cold a night. We're looking at 11 to about 14 degrees as our overnight lows. Tomorrow then we pick up this band of rain as it continues to push southwards and eastwards, weakening all the time. After a bright start in the south, the cloud will arrive and remain. Brightens up behind it to sunshine and showers, but quite a noticeable breeze coming in from the Atlantic. And temperatures 16 to 24 degrees. And if you like your weather a little bit warmer, like me, enjoy potentially in the door of 30 degrees. So yes, get the roof off your car. Later we'll turn that sunshine hazy, and then later again we are looking at some rain coming our way. Now, what's happening is high pressure is firmly in charge of the weather in southern areas. We've got a weak weather front crossing the north of Scotland. You can see from the isobars it's going to be a breezy day, lighter winds than we've had, and we've got another set of fronts just waiting in the wings. So our weak weather front continues to push across Scotland with its patchy cloud and also patchy rain with it. For the rest of us, it's a dry start. We're looking at some sunshine, but through the day, the cloud starts to come in initially to Northern Ireland. The low cloud we have across the southwest at the moment will tend to break up, and later it will cloud over across parts of Western Scotland, Northwest England, Wales, and once again into the southwest. These are the wind gusts, so lighter winds than we've had, but the wind will pick up across the northwest of Scotland that bit later. Temperature-wise, we've got 15 in Lerwick, 21 in Aberdeen and Newcastle, 23 in Hull and 22 in Cardiff. As we move on through the evening and overnight, the cloud continues to push eastwards. There'll be a few spots of rain, and then we've got some heavier rain coming in from the Atlantic. That's moving southwards and eastwards, and around this there will be gusty winds. It won't quite get into the far southeast, and by the end of the night, it will clear Northern Ireland with just a few showers. It's not going to be as cold a night either. 11 to about 14 degrees will be our overnight lows. So tomorrow we pick up that band of rain as it continues to push steadily towards the south and the east, connected to these weather fronts. Again, the isobar is telling you it's going to be breezy in the south, but windier across the northwest of Scotland in particular. So we've got the bright start initially in the southeast. Our weather front comes south as a weakening feature with some spots of rain in it. It will probably remain quite cloudy for the rest of the day when that arrives in the far southeast of England. But for Wales, for the Midlands, for Northern England, for Northern Ireland and Scotland, we're looking at bright spells, some sunny spells and a few showers with the winds strengthening across the northwest. Temperatures 16 to about 24 degrees. And then as we head on into Friday, it's going to be wet and very windy across the northwest of Scotland. For the rest of us, variable amounts of clouds, some sunshine, and also some fair weather cloud bubbling up through the course of the day. These are the temperatures, 25 degrees. But if you like your weather a little bit warmer, looks like that's going to happen.
Getting it right, getting it accurate.
That's right, Lakshmi. You can find this on In Depth if you want to have a look at it. It's on bbc.co.uk/news. And I have been looking at the changes in the weather throughout my career, how much more accurate it is now. And yet sometimes it's still perceived to be wrong. And occasionally it is wrong, but we're much more accurate now than we ever were before. And of course, with the new partnership with the Met Office, that means we're going to have the expertise of two large organisations. So it's well worth a read, though I say so myself.
No, it is. It
isn't an exact science anyway. And we have such access to weather apps, to data online, on television and radio. Sometimes they differ. Why is that? Read the article, find out.
Well, there we go. That's a good, I
Let's
believe
see.
that. We'll speak to you a little bit later.
Thank you.
Thanks, Carol.
It's a really good read.